So what is video editing? As the name says, it's when you take raw footage and you edit it by either splitting the clip, adding transitions, putting background music, and so on. And the goal of video editing is to not just put something in front of your audience, is to take those audience on a visual journey. So you want to make sure your music sets the mood, the sound effects aid that emotion, and they trigger the right response from your audience. You want to make sure the color grading and the effects help blend in the footage that you have in your clip. And finally, you want to make sure that your audience is always engaged with what is happening in your video. If you lose their attention, then the video was faulty. Maybe you used something that wasn't suitable. Your music may have been too low. The voiceover was maybe not suitable. The effects were not right. And when these little things are faulty, you end up losing the attention of your audience. So let's talk about what makes a good video. Obviously, you would need a footage like these, and you would need to have a story for this. You want to composite the storyline. So if this guy is just walking in the forest, I cannot just give this to my audience. There's no music, there's no sound effects, and it's like I'm looking at a blank canvas. Sure, there is something in there and I can just stare at it, but it won't keep my attention. If this was social media, I would just skip over because there's nothing grabbing my attention. There is no, like we said, no music, no sound effect, no text on the screen, no transitions. And this video alone will not grab my attention for a long time. So apart from your clip, which you want to make sure is a good quality clip, the color grading is nice, the colors are vibrant, there's enough light. Apart from your video, you want good music. Now, good music, just like video, has to have a good quality. You want to make sure the volume is enough. It's not too loud or it's not too low. You want to make sure the music suits what's happening in this video. I cannot put rock music with this clip because it's a slow motion of this guy just walking his dog in a really beautiful forest that's all white from the snow. So putting rock music will kind of disturb the audience because they're seeing this clip and they're starting to imagine being in that setting, and then I'm just triggering a lot of other emotions with the rock music, and it's just not colliding with the video that they're seeing. But if I did have something intense like this boxing video, putting rock music is okay, because when I look at this, I'm also getting excited. Will he miss the punches? What's going to happen? Is he getting stronger? So when I'm looking at this, I'm excited. I want to know what's happening. What is he training for? Is he good at his training? Is he able to throw the punches well? Putting rock music or a fast beat music is suitable for this. On the other hand, I cannot put a slow piano music over this footage because it's an intense scene. So putting a slow, peaceful piano music over this video will not do it either, because the video is telling me to be pumped and be excited, but the music is telling me to feel peace and calm down. So your music and the way it affects your video is really important. You want to make sure it suits what the audience is seeing. So apart from video and music, let's talk about audio design. So audio design is when you use different sound effects to set the mood and make the audience feel a more realistic scene. For example, in this video where we have this boxing training scene, you got to think about what sounds you would hear if you were in that exact same room. So first of all, you would hear maybe grunting sounds because they're training hard. Second sound is the impact between the glove and the mitt would have some sort of a plastic sound. And third of all, maybe some quick breaths because they're punching quite fast. You want to add that in there. And fourth of all, maybe some background music because there are people in the back too. So apart from your music, it's really important to use audio design to make your videos more professional. We will talk more about audio design and how you can use it in your clips in further lessons, but just know that it's a big deal and you simply cannot skip over audio design if you're going for a professional video. And on the other hand, in this example, audio design would be the sound of the guy taking a step in the snow. And if maybe the dog is barking, I don't think the dog is, but if the dog was barking, you would add it in there. And maybe you would add some bird noises in the air, some wind sounds, and it all depends on what's in the video. And always think that what you would hear if you were in that exact same setting. Okay, so that was video. Number 1 was video, music, audio design. The third thing is the transitions. Now, transitions are, as the name says, the way that you go from video A to video B. Without transitions, you would suddenly the screen would just suddenly change to the next clip. But with a transition, which you would find in this tab, you are animating the way the first video goes on to the second video. So let me just put this guy here, render our clip. And transitions also can affect the way the audience feels towards your clip. And we're going to go over some examples. But right now, I just added an erase transition. So my video is just going to erase away for the second video. So as you can see, I added an animation to move from my first clip to the second clip. You have animations where you get minimal movement, like let's go here, maybe dissolve. You can see when you go on it with your mouse, you see a preview. Dissolve, fade to black, fade to white, maybe linear wipe, things that are just really gentle. These are gentle transitions. On the other hand, we have transitions that have a lot more action. For example, speed blurs. Let's look for an example. Let's go for blurry roll. If I go on it, you can see that there's a lot going on before we get to the second video. And I'll attempt to put it on this guy. Let me get rid of the rest, so we only work with a tiny bit. Render our clip, play that back. So as you can see, we went through many animations before we reach the second video. And when you have more action in your transitions, you're also creating excitement for your audience. If you've seen on social media where they take popular shows or movies and they put like a really upbeat music with a lot of transitions, with a lot of flashes in the video, those videos are really triggering your excitement, and you feel a certain energy when you look at them because there's so much going on and your eyes are just traveling from one side to the other, and those videos are meant to make you excited and pumped when you look at them. But on the other hand, when we have peaceful videos like this one, you don't really want to add maybe a 3D effect or some other, like a glitch effect and all that, because you're taking away from that peaceful vibe that you created. So when it comes to peaceful videos, you don't want to use intense transitions. You want to stick with the basics. A lot of times they don't even use transitions on peaceful videos, and it just cuts to the second clip. But of course, the scenes need to be similar, so maybe it would be something like this, where we have nature, and then it moves on to another nature. A transition suitable for this peaceful sequence would be maybe a dissolve. Let's cut that, render our clip. It would be something like this. So it just dissolved into the second video. It was a really gentle transition, and it perfectly suited these two peaceful clips. But if we had a intense sequence where we have like a fight scene here, let's get this soccer video. So we have a lot of actions in these. This car would be more suitable. remove the audio. So we have two intense actions. Both actions are meant to make the audience pumped. These are sports and they are exciting things. Let's go to transitions. So for something like this, you could use intense transitions like a blurry roll, maybe. Let's try this transition instead. Render my clip. So something like this is suitable for intense actions, especially if you're dealing with an intense music in the back. You could always just come and make the transitions shorter or faster. We will learn more about this in other lessons. Let's just make that a little faster. It was a bit too slow. Okay, so with something like this, you can even go for something faster. But fast animations and fast videos like these two, they go well together. Slow videos like this and this go for would need some slow transitions, slow and gentle transitions. So that's transitions, and then we have effects. A lot of times you do have scenes, but you would want to add a few things on it to set the mood. So I have this this beach video. I could add maybe some fog in the back to make it mysterious. Maybe add some, I can make it look as if it was raining. Add certain overlays and so much more. Let's go in overlays. So maybe I can add a frame, light leaks, like these. So I can use effects to either manipulate the scene that I have, make it look as if it was a stormy day, or just do anything else. I can change the scene. You can get these stuff from the effects panel, or if you're going for like a supernatural video, you could use this stuff in the elements tab to add some VFX like fire, explosions, and so on. Alright, so those were the principles. Now there may be times where you're just trying to add a bunch of videos together to create a montage or just a process video. So that's where the split screen comes in handy. You could just use any other thing, but split screens are a great way to show that multiple things are happening at the same time. For example, you're showing how you ended up making a lasagna. You could have videos of yourself maybe boiling the pasta, making the sauce in the second slide, baking it, and then serving it. So multiple things are happening at the same time, but they are all related. So that way you can use split screens to show the stuff that's happening at the same time. Let's add the split screen right here. And this is how it works. Just take your videos and drag them onto each of the numbers. So that's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to get things that are related to nature. Let's see if I have some. Here we go. 3rd one and 4th one. So now I have a lot of things happening at the same time. Let me get this here. Render my clip. So now let's play this back. I can use this to show maybe my memories from a certain trip and have the videos that I took in that trip all have them all play at the same time. You can just increase this if it's too fast. There are different options right here, different split screens. If you bring your cursor over them, you see a preview of how they function. Let's go ahead and delete that. So those are the things that contribute to a good video. It's the video, the music, audio design, transitions, and extra effects. When all of these things come together, you are making a good video. And you want to make sure that you put enough time on each of these principles, making sure that you got the right music, the right transition, to set the final mood that you want your audience to have and the emotion you want them to take from your clip. So in the further lessons, we're going to learn about these emotions and how we can contribute to adding a certain emotion to your clip. How we can use, for example, color grading to make a video appear more sad, or use color grading to make a video appear more happy. We're going to learn this through examples, so make sure you follow along and test out these techniques with your clips or the clips that you can get from stock media, and see how you can use these techniques to add a certain emotion or mood to your videos. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.